AI is giving people a false sense of confidence and is starting to have real life implications. For those that don't know me, I'm Larita Shaw. I'm a self-taught senior data engineer with 13 years experience within the space of data, and I also help people apply those data skills in real environments. So let's get into what I was talking about. I was recently reading a Forbes article, and in that article, it essentially broke down what actually happens behind the scenes of these AI generated apps that are taking the world by storm. So in this study, there were 5,600 apps that were built by AI that were studied by researchers. And out of those 5,600 apps, over 2,000 had exposed secrets or security implications. That's like 1 in 3 apps that has major security risks. And not only did AI generated code have a increased amount of security risk, there was also logic implications. There was bugs all in the code and all in the app basically, everywhere. And y'all understand what this means, right? This means that people are building out things quicker than they actually understand what they're building out and the implications and responsibilities that come with it. And I oftentimes talk about the overlap that exists between data and cybersecurity because where there's data, there's the need to secure that data. Now, people that are within the space of data have an insane amount of responsibility. I've oftentimes said we are not just tool users in this space. We are responsible for sensitive information. We are responsible for making sure that the recommendations that we provide are fact-based. We have an insane amount of responsibility because our work has real world implications. We are not just tool users in this space. So with that being said, if you don't understand your code, if you don't understand what you're doing, if you don't understand who's using it, how are you going to protect it? How? And this is not just a tech isolated situation. I recently saw an article from the LA Times to where actual attorneys were submitting court documentation that was generated by AI. And in those court documentations, the citations were totally fake, like they weren't even real. That's crazy. They said they reviewed it, but now they're facing real life disciplinary actions. That is your professional reputation. You're an attorney. What has happened over time is that AI has essentially removed the barrier that causes friction. But within this space, you need a little friction because that helps you understand things in its entirety. And it's important that you deeply understand what you are actually doing and what you are responsible for. Not only in the space of data and tech, but in every industry. Think about healthcare. Think about legal fees. Think about anything that has an implication on someone's real life. You need to understand what you are doing. What's happening is that confidence is increasing a lot faster than actual competence within that space. And that's scary. And when we talk about this, we have to understand that this is not just isolated to technology. When you are producing negative outputs or faulty outputs or poor quality, AI is not going to take the blame for that. You're going to have to answer for that, not AI. You have to understand what you are doing, not just within the space of data or tech, but within any industry. There has to be a baseline understanding of the work. And when you don't have a baseline understanding of the work, and when you cannot adequately explain what you did or how you did it, you don't need to be doing it, especially if it impacts the lives of real people. Bye, y'all. Hope this helps.